Those connections are notorious for being really not secure. That may very well be where somebody could have got at your information. But we'll get back to that. Right now, we're going to take some steps right away to protect you and figure out the extent of the damage. You lay out the situation. Okay, I've seen worse. It looks like we caught this pretty quick, so don't get me wrong, it'll still be a pain, but I don't think it'll take too long to clear up. So I know you're not happy, but at least you caught this before it turned into a total disaster.
Okay, cool. I'm really glad I came in here.
I'm taking a financial class thing.
Several years later,
What's up, Rose?
Hey, T.
How you doing, Pops?
Good. What are you up to?
Just dropped my boys off. They took me out for a little going away dinner.
They made you drive?
They always do that. I got the nicest car.
Ah.
This is why I'm
What's up,
calling.
Lynn?
Are you still driving that old beater?
You just calling to make fun of me because your car's nicer than mine?
No, although I would have if I thought of it. No, I can't take my car with me to Italy. I don't want to pay for storage. It's not good for a car to sit anyway. So
It's a online
take care of it while I'm
fucking
gone.
financial class.
What? Like,
Use it.
What's up,
drive it.
R2 Shifty?
Treat it like it's yours. Just wash it once in a while.
well, yeah, of course.
Awesome, thanks. It's a big help. We'll work out the details.
Big help for me. My old crab box about to die. I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Cool, good timing there.
Yeah, good timing.
All right, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, T.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You've managed to avoid all the landmines that I've walked right into in my life. I'm proud of you.
What's up, John?
Thanks, boss.
Man, bro,
it's
I don't
not
know,
that money's
man.
everything, but the discipline and good financial habits that you established early made it easier for you to get to this place. And you're looking forward to the next challenge. Good job. This is you, Maddie Rivera. You've been at your first duty station for a little more than a month, and as you look at your bank balance, you're wondering where all your money went. Pack a bag. We're going to the beach for the weekend.
I can't. No money.
Really? None.
I sent money home.
That is sad. But, I mean, come on, that's why God invented credit cards. Is it really?
My parents taught me that credit cards were for just when you couldn't use cash and you had to pay it off every month.
Well, sure, they can do that. You send them money in every month. I don't send them. And aren't you the one that said that when you were growing up, you never did anything or went anywhere or had nice things, and you always had to be ducked down so you weren't seen in
Hey, would you go get a lighter, please?
Okay, maybe I exaggerated.
Would you go get a lighter,
Remind me
please?
to never tell you anything.
Seriously.
No.
I mean, why are you working like that? I mean, look at you. You have that flip phone with a smashed up screen, no data plan.
It's not a flip phone.
And you're a 100-year-old laptop.
Try.
You don't do yourself right.
Hmm?
I mean,
I don't have any pants on.
why do you have a flip phone?
I'll get up
Here.
now.
Okay. She makes a good point.
Chill out.
So,
Sorry, I can't do it. But I'll make it up to you. Someday when you can afford it, rent. For a week.
right. You pass on the trip. You stay busy. Do some laundry, go bowling with some friends, talk to your mom, do some binge watching. Pretty good weekend.
Yo, what's going on, y'all?
My belly hurt.
And you don't use your credit card once.
How long are they? Like 14 minutes?
Hmm?
How long are these? Like 15 minutes or shorter? Where do you have to go get that report
What report?
for PT
I have to.
hospital?
No. I have to go to. I just have to go print it off.
Hey, Carl.
You and your older sister Carla are pretty close.
Is it plank 30?
No, I'm in the military. I'm just doing a finance class.
She's in the reserves.
Yeah, well, I've been holding mine for 4 hours. You?
6 hours.
I told you the military would help improve your physical fitness.
Actually, you told me it would be a good way to pay for college.
Well, yes. I do give really good advice. What'd you do this weekend?
Laundry. Binge watch that show you told me about. And bowling.
So, broke, huh?
Not broke.
Sticking to the budget. And that's good. I think it's great that you send money home, but you gotta make sure you got yourself covered first.
I'm covered.
I appreciate you, man.
Are you saving anything? Then you're not covered. Have you updated your budget?
Why would I do that?
Because things have changed since you worked your first job just out of high school.
Yeah, I know, but
Later, you think about what Carla said, wondering if there's anything to it. Your financial situation is a little different than it used to be. Your take-home pay is comparable, and you send money home occasionally, but you're not pitching in for groceries and other household expenses, or gas, and you're not paying mom and dad for car insurance. And now you have rent and meals covered. So your old budget probably deserves another look. Some sections of your budget feel completely outdated. You look at bank statements and credit card bills, anything that reflects where your money is going, and you update your budget to reflect your current lifestyle and goals. You also realize,
oh, definitely some things I can cut back on.
and you even put a line in there for saving, an emergency fund in case you're ever in a bind. about this stuff now has you contemplating life with a capital L. College was a big reason you enlisted. It's expensive, and your folks had good intentions, but there's not enough in your college fund to pay for a year's tuition. You're still thinking about timing, but you're relieved that basically college will be paid for. A few days later,
Hangouts, you should sign up with them if you get a new phone.
There's nothing wrong with my phone.
Really?
It just needs a new screen. It's practically brand new.
Switch to us now and you can get a new tablet as part of your plan.
A tablet is part of the deal.
When you get the unlimited data plan, yeah.
Oh, you need that plan. Your plan sucks.
you ask some questions and find out there are some catches. Big ones. If you sign up for this, you're locked in for years. And the tablet isn't free. There's a monthly charge. And you have to return it or pay a fee when the term of service is done. And the fancy new phone isn't free with the plan either. That's a monthly charge.
You know what? I don't need all that data. And I'm good with the laptop I have. And I can get my phone fixed. So, no thanks.
Almost a year later,
Guess what? You know, flying out to this tide.
Because you've been saying it might happen for a month now.
Well, it's happening.
so your buddy will be TDY. What you're not thinking about in this moment is that she's also your steady ride. And before you know it, you're scrambling to find a ride to work every day.
I mean, I'd be glad to, but I already give Reynolds and Len a ride. I don't think I can get you to your building on time.
You played it out as long as you could, and that was a very responsible decision. But now you feel like the universe is telling you that it's time to buy a car. Because you did the work of building a budget, you have money saved for a down payment, and you know exactly what you can afford to spend on a car. You do a little research.
Experts say you should spend no more than 10% of your income on transportation expenses. Oh, that means all expenses, not just monthly payments. Okay. Well, no new car for you, girl.
And you're ready to start looking. So, what do you want to look for? You look online, at the car buying sites and on social media marketplaces, and you see that a retailer affiliated with the military has exactly what you're looking for, and at a better price than you've seen anywhere. You look into it further and see that you don't get to drive the car first. You pay half up front and half on delivery, but they guarantee your money back if there are problems after delivery. They're acting as brokers for a private seller and require payment in gift cards. You know this business. You shop at their store on the installation all the time, and this is a very good deal. So,
Yes, I am glad you called about this. Look, we do not have the authority to sell vehicles or to represent private sellers in completing transactions in the continental United States.
So, it's,
Scam. Yes, total scam. Run away.
dodged a bullet there. You continue the search, looking for the best car you can buy within the 10% limit, and you find a likely candidate. You drive the car, you like it, they agree to let you take it to a mechanic. But then you see,
How much is that one?
Oh, that one is a good deal.
maybe some people wouldn't even notice it, but it's nice. And it's your dream car. It's much more than you plan to spend, but you drive it,
Nice, right?
Yeah.
and you love it.
Okay. I have to think about this.
Well, don't think about it too long. This one is not going to last.
That night, you find the car on the dealer's website.
You've got great taste, but you better hurry, because this beauty, still covered by a comprehensive factory warranty, won't be here for long.
And it might be a stretch, but
What do you have to do with your money? Why are you working anyway?
that's what you decide to do.
Plenty of time for the dream car. This is good for now, girl.
Months go by, and life is good. And then, the car breaks down, and it's a major repair. A couple $1,000s. You did everything right. You researched the car, had it checked out by a mechanic that a friend recommended, but sometimes things just happen. You passed on the extended warranty because it was a bad deal, and you couldn't afford it anyway. You're not in terrible shape, but you don't want to blow your emergency fund on this.
I was in a tough spot. Patriot Military Lending got me the money I needed just in time. They're here to help people like me and people like you. Thanks, Patriot.
That's an idea. Take out a loan and pay for this repair over a short period. Keep your emergency fund where it is for a real emergency. So you suck it up and fix the car. You hate to deplete your savings, but at least now you have a reasonably good chance of years of trouble-free driving. And you don't have the worries that come with revolving debt or a high-interest payday loan. A few years later,
So have you been thinking about officer programs?
I don't know. I mean, I've been surprised at how much I enjoy life in the military.
not having the worries that come from buying too much car and other poor financial choices has allowed you to focus on what matters in your personal and professional life.
I mean, I got my degree. That was a big goal. Now, I'm still thinking about what I want to do.
You know what's really awesome? You can do anything you want to do.
Right now, I just want to finish packing so that I don't miss my plane.
All right. And where are you going again? Jamaica?
Grand Cayman, keeping a promise.
Your future is wide open because you made solid financial decisions. Good job.
No matter who you are, what you do, or what branch of service you're in, whether you're active duty, guard, or reserve, the transition to NCO can be a challenging one. And topics you've always had to deal with, like financial challenges and decisions, will take on new dimensions. How you handle these issues will no longer just be a reflection of who you are, it will be a reflection of the kind of leader you are, and the kind of leader you'll become.
No, we're gonna spend the first week in Belize.
This is Christine Wallace.
Yes, I'm from there in South Korea. That's right.
Christine recently retired from the military. Because she did everything right with her money, she spends most of her time traveling the world and eating in fancy, expensive restaurants. And this is James Palmer.
No, I like this property. There are a lot of upsides when we renovate, but the next property I buy, I want it to be bigger.
Like Christine, James spent a little more than 20 years in the military, and he did such a good job with his finances through the years that he was able to transition to a career as a high-profile real estate developer. Okay, we might be exaggerating a little, or a lot. After all, achieving the level of wealth that you just witnessed is a rare occurrence no matter what you do for a living, be it in the military or civilian world. And obviously, there's no guarantee that financial responsibility will result in the level of success you've just seen here with Christine and James. But most of the time, there are real benefits to living a life of sound financial practices, and there are very real and predictable consequences to poor financial choices. In this program, you get to become Christine and James, recently promoted NCOs. You'll walk in their shoes, see the world as they do, and make the financial decisions that will help them succeed or fail in their careers and in their lives. This is you, Christine Wallace. You're respected within your unit. You have good rapport with folks up and down the chain of command, and you're making the transition to supervising your former peers, which is interesting. Sometimes it's good because you have established friendships, and sometimes it's difficult for the very same reason. You're like a lot of people your age, just trying to make the right moves with your career. You have your eyes on the day-to-day.
Uncle Mike.
Your Uncle Mike was career military, retiring in his mid-40s as a senior NCO. He was always smart with his money and put himself in a great position to start a business after he got out. The business has been very successful, and now Uncle Mike only works when he wants to. And it seems like he's always traveling.
Where are you now?
Napa Valley. Beautiful. But forget about me. How are you? How would life beneficial leadership?
Well, it's interesting. I'm sure I don't have to tell you. It's a strange surprise.
Who used to be your peers and now you have to be the boss of them?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a pretty awkward transition for sure.
And then there's people that join till they're older and they've got husbands or wives or kids and they go in houses and it's supposed to be incredible leading to these folks too.
Believe it or not, I remember all of that. But what worked for me was, one, never apologizing for being a boss when I had to be. Two, never pretending to know more than I did. And number three, never assuming to know a story of someone without actually having heard it.
Can you hold on 1 second, Uncle Mike? I don't have a pen and I need to write all this down.
Oh, I forgot one. And I've never, ever disrespected my elder. But what about you? How are you handling your business?
What do you mean?
You got a little raise, didn't you? You're not running up credit card debt, are you? And are you thinking about retirement?
Put money in some places where, or some programs that they have available for you guys and things.
I'm still trying to figure out how to be an NCO. I don't have the bandwidth for anything to think about money or retirement right now.
You do not have to have the bandwidth to think about it, but it sure does have the bandwidth to think about you.
We're all thinking about those things, but they're definitely waiting for you, whether you think of it or not.
Do yourself a favor and make sure your finances are all in order. This way to be one less thing you have to worry about as you advance in your career.
I got a bunch of older guys that work for me, and these guys clearly didn't make good financial choices along the way.
So they push brooms to make ends meet when I'm sure
What's going on,
they're
chat?
pushing their grandchildren's drawers.
I know, I get it. I appreciate you, Uncle Mike. Hey, I gotta go.
I know. Talk to you, kid.
Right.
And as usual, your uncle is giving you something to think about. You decide to spend an evening looking at your situation. Finished up your assessment of your financial situation and realized you needed something.
I don't know who this is, but hello.
Hello, Christine? This is Darla Burton. You probably don't remember me. I'm John Burton's wife.
John Burton is one of your subordinates.
Oh, no, I remember meeting you, Darla. What can I do for you?
Well, it's about John. There's something going on. I don't know, it's... Sorry, I know I'm not being... This is kind of hard. I'm probably just being silly.
You've heard that you might get these kinds of calls, but this is the first one.
I'm sure it's important if you're calling me. What's going on?
Well, John has sort of cut me off from our money. He won't let me buy groceries anymore. I used to pay the bills. He does all that now, but I'm pretty sure they're not all good. He won't let me go to the commissary. He won't let me buy anything without asking me first. I feel like we're probably in pretty bad shape, but he won't talk to me about it. And he's changed the passwords on all our online accounts, so I don't really know what's going on.
And is he, is there anything else? Is he not acting like himself? Do you feel safe, or?
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I mean, he gets kind of frustrated when I ask him about the money stuff, but he's not abusing me or anything like that. I really think it's just about the money. But he seems really worried. And he won't talk to me about it, so I thought maybe he'd talk to you.
Darla's looking to you for help, and you tell her you'll do what you can. Your roommate, Talia, a new NCO too, from a different unit.
Who was that? Spouse. Somebody at my unit. Sound like they're having money trouble.
Oof, uncomfortable conversation.
The one I just had or the one I'm about to have?
Both. What are you gonna do?
Not sure. Call him. It's not like I'm some kind of financial wizard.
I don't know, you seem okay with money.
I'm doing okay, I guess. It's just I never really had much, so I never really spent much, so I just never really had a problem. So I guess I just don't understand why it's so hard for everyone.
Yeah, like, don't spend more than you make. What's so hard about that?
Right? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I should probably deal with it now.
Alright. Well, have fun with that.
Thanks.
So, how will you approach this with Burton? Normally, you'd wait until tomorrow morning, call the Installations Readiness Center, and talk to a financial counselor there. Turns out, though, that you became friendly with one of the counselors last year when you worked together on a volunteer project. You know she'll answer your call and won't mind you calling after hours.
I'm glad you called me. I'll send you a debt management worksheet you can forward to this individual to sort of get it on paper, if you will, so they have a starting point to figure out what to do next. But really, you need to get him in to talk to us so we can get a handle on the situation and help him develop a plan.
That's great. Thank you so much. I'll get the worksheet to him, have him fill it out, and take it down here to school.
And that is exactly what you do. A few weeks later.
Where have you been? Straight to the gym, and then I had to take my car to the shop because I felt gas. I started doing that thing where sometimes it doesn't start. Did you walk? You could have called. It's not far.
Good thing. How many times have you had that thing in the shop in the past 3 months?
I don't know, it's still cheaper than a car payment.
Yeah, but at some point, listen, you've been in my car, so you know I'm all for driving a beater. Pass it on to the next person for $1.50 or whatever when it's time to PCS, but I don't think your old jalopy's gonna last that long.
Yeah, I've been thinking about looking at something else.
Maybe time. Before you drop another few $100 on that thing, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Your shop closes at 7, and at 6:55, you get the call.
Hello.
Hey, Christine.
Hey, Randy.
You're on a first-name basis with your mechanic.
So I was able to get your car right in, but it's bad news. You need a new fuel pump, and your fuel injectors are shot. We're talking $600 to $700 for everything.
Looks like you'll be getting another car. You look at your spending plan and confirm what you can comfortably afford in terms of a monthly payment. Then you go to your financial institution's website where you noticed before that they have a massive amount of information on car buying. While you're there, you read an article on car buying tips that reminds you to consider all the costs, like taxes and transfer fees on the purchase, and ongoing costs like insurance and maintenance. Another article talks about the dangers of taking a longer loan to keep the payment low. After some solid reading, you decide to plug some numbers into a loan calculator to determine the maximum amount you can borrow to stay within your planned payment and loan term. Then, with your plan in place and the numbers fresh in your mind, you take the next step and complete the online pre-approval form. This way, you'll know what level of cars to look at, and you'll be able to compare the financing rate the dealer offers you to what you've already locked in. A little later, after talking about your plan with your Uncle Mike, you decide you're ready to look at some cars. You visit the sites of some local dealerships and find exactly what you're looking for at a nearby lot. You even find one at another dealership that looks the same but has a lower price. You take some screenshots so you'll have the exact information you need to help later when you're negotiating a price. You get to the lot and test drive two good possibilities. As you talk to the salesperson, the numbers get a little overwhelming. There's one that's actually under your max price and one not so much. Of course, the not so much is the one you really want, and the salesperson is adamant that they can make the monthly payment very manageable. You spend some time looking at the numbers, and this helps you now. You've got a clear recall of your spending plan, when you want to have this car paid off, how much you'll be spending in interest, and how this purchase fits into the overall picture. They talk to you about financing options, but you've been pre-approved at your own financial institution, and they can't compete with your rate.
Yo, what's up, Max?
In the sales office, you ask for a vehicle report. Good. You find out about unexpected fees. Ugh. They won't budge on the extra fees. You really want this car, and you really want this to be over. You've been at it for hours. What do you do? So you call your friend.
Well, I can tell you from experience, some of those fees they won't budge on. But
She gives you some good advice and closes with,
look, you don't owe them a thing. If you're not 100% happy with the deal you're getting, just walk away.
surprise, surprise. When you get home, you realize you missed a call. The salesperson left a
Oh,
voicemail
appreciate
and
you,
said
bro.
they'd eliminate almost all of the extra fees if you do the deal today, which you do. A few months later,
Oh, Maria, he's so adorable.
I know, right? Of course, he's already twice that size.
you're having dinner with a friend who's passing through town. You and Maria met very early in your careers.
I can't believe your second shot already. You're not that much older than me. Why does it feel like your whole lifetime ahead of me?
I mean, I was already married when I enlisted.
Yeah. How's Daniel?
He's good. Always working.
Really? It seems like you guys are always having babies and going shopping.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, he's the newest programmer on his team, so.
Putting in the time.
Yeah. I mean, they are expensive, though. You know, kids. All of it. Diapers
I haven't
are
really watched it, bro.
expensive, Daycare. And so, you know, by the time that we finish paying everything and putting money in their college funds and our retirement savings and investing stuff, we have like a quarter left over.
So wait, you actually take care of small human beings and have enough money for retirement beyond our default contributions?
Yeah, it's not like a ton, but a little each month. Don't you?
No, well, I told you I just had to buy a car, but I do want to put in my emergency fund, so.
So it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like something I can
You
work
like
on,
anime, bro?
you know? And it's not like I don't have anything. We all had to enroll in TSP when I joined. But I don't think I have the bandwidth or whatever to do about those things right now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? Your first line
Yo, that's what's
supervisor
up, man.
immediately tells you that what you need to do is talk to a financial counselor at the Readiness Center. So a few days later, after your duty day and an hour in the gym, here you are.
The first thing that we want to do is establish exactly where you are. So we're going to start by talking about your spending plan. Now, once we got that down, we'll move into.
This isn't painful at all. Andrew's easy to talk to and he knows what he's talking about. You feel like you're in good hands and he helps you decide on some adjustments to your TSP. You also make it a priority to direct a little more money into it each month.
Oh, thank you, bro.
About a year later, you're in pretty good shape. You made a smart choice when you bought the car you needed instead of the one you wanted. And now you realize the nicer, pricier car would not have made you one bit happier.
Okay. No, she's sitting right here. She's giving me a ride to the airport. I'll tell her. You too. See you tonight. My mom says thanks to you and everybody for helping out, paying for the flight.
Of course, there's no way we let you miss your grandmother's funeral. You do the same for any of us.
If I had the extra money, yeah, I would. And I'm gonna pay you all back, I promise.
Don't worry about it.
I know. It's just embarrassing.
Look, we all know you've been sending every extra penny back home, or else you have the money. That's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yet another item to add to the long list of reasons you're glad you didn't buy that fancy car. If you'd have bought that thing, there's no way you'd have had the extra money to help your friend. And
Hello?
What is going on with Burton?
I'm not sure.
He was just in a wreck. He was drunk in the middle of the day on a Saturday.
Is he okay?
Nobody got hurt. He's a complete mess. Talking about his marriage is over. He's broke. His wife left him. Do you know what's going on with him?
Oh my.
so you tell him
What's
about
up,
your
Sleepy?
calls with Darlin and John Burton.
So that's it. You talked to him about a year ago and forgot about it. No follow-up. No. Look, what Burton did, that's on him. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of both life and career consequences that are only going to make things worse for him. But maybe if you had done more to help, and at least let me know what's going on, as you should have, maybe he would have gotten the help he needed, and none of this would ever happen. But we'll never know now. We'll talk more about this on Monday.
Yes, you've got yourself on firm financial footing, and that's good. But you had a chance to help a member of your team with a financial crisis, and you weren't up to the challenge. You've still got some work to do as a leader.
What about you, Bonham? Your family's military, right?
You know, my dad was a reservist when I was younger, and I had an aunt and some uncles who were in as well.
This is you, James Palmer. It's the last night of the long weekend, and you're out with your team.
When I was 21, I was so sick of school and sick of selling flat screen TVs. So enlisting seemed like a good idea.
And now you're a lifer.
I want to see how far I can go, yeah.
Well, after doing our best, there's nowhere to go but up.
You started the Wings Night tradition, but now you're a new NCO. So you just dropped in on Wings Night to say hello to your team.
Well, now there's nowhere to go but home.
Got this.
Some wings, some drinks. Tab can't be that much, and Long is a grown man. He can make his own decisions, but you've noticed lately that he's living awfully large.
Ah, big spender.
Seriously. Newest phone, nicest clothes.
Nicest ride.
Always eating out.
Oh, thank you, bro.
You're not
No, I'm doing a financial
So it's not
class.
like it's a
Financial
simple lifestyle.
financial class.
You know
Financial
what he makes,
class.
There's no way he can afford it all, and you wonder if you should bring it up. On the other hand, you went through your own period of less than sound financial decision making. You're still cleaning up some of that mess. And you consider experience to be the best teacher. You hang around until things break up, and...
What's up? Hey, I was thinking about what everybody was saying there, and I have to say I've noticed it too. You've been living pretty well. I mean, do you have any other income other than your paycheck?
Why? What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is, I know how much you make, and I don't see how you're living.
Alright, see you later, man.
Oh, okay, I get that. But you know how it is. Everyone has at least some credit card debt these days, and if you can spread out the cost of things, why not just do it? Like, sure, my phone costs $1,200, but that just gets rolled onto my plan.
Then how much is your plan?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I paid every month, and I have a credit card and store credit at the electronics place. So.
And you have extra money left over at the end of the month?
Sometimes, but I'm keeping up with all the payments, and
Damn.
credit card minimums really aren't that bad.
And you haven't been late on any payments?
No, I'm just, keeping up with the lifestyle.
See, that's sort of the problem, right? Because on what you make, you can't really be living that sort of lifestyle.
So it's pretty much what you expected. Long is just another young person spending irresponsibly, completely oblivious to the future problems he's likely creating for himself. So you say.
Look, I've been where you are, and this is not going to fix itself. So, taking this up the chain.
Really?
Yes.
Alright,
really.
take you guys.
You're absolutely right. I can cut back. I don't have to eat out all the time.
No. This is not going to fix itself. You're going to need help.
You know, you used to be a really cool plumber, but now that you've been promoted,
Look, this is not about me. I'm just trying to help you. I'm a supervisor now, and it is my duty to ensure that you're taken care of. That is all I'm trying to do.
So Long doesn't like your decision, but you really believe you're doing the right thing. Hopefully he'll appreciate this someday. Since it's not too late, you call your supervisor right away, and...
Why do you want me involved?
Well, because he's obviously headed for trouble.
Maybe. Probably. But he's not even late on anything right now. If he was, he'd have collection agencies calling him every day. I'd want to see him. You're right to call me and keep me informed, but you have to be able to handle these things at your level. What do you think I'd do with Long?
But you'd tell him to see a financial counselor.
Exactly.
And I should do that tomorrow.
Exactly. Just keep a tab on him. If it starts to get out of control, I will step in.
A few nights later...
Hey, babe. How's your shift?
Oh, my feet hurt.
Well, maybe you can find somebody to rub them for you.
Who would do that?
No clue. Hey, you hungry? Pasta's on the stove.
Ooh, yeah, thanks.
Hey, did you pay B of U this month?
Yeah.
Not seeing it.
Well, sometimes it takes a day to show up.
You got a raise with your promotion, and Laura is still working. Still, your household income isn't huge, and you're planning on Laura taking at least 3 months of maternity leave when the baby arrives.
Look, I know we've already talked a little bit about where we want to cut back when the baby comes, but do you think we should do a little more?
Like what?
Like look at the spending plan, like the actual written down plan, see the reaction, you need to make some changes.
Yeah, we probably should, but I mean, our situation doesn't seem that complicated, and the way we've been managing things seems to be working fine. Now, I was really hoping to find someone who could help with these fees.
It's been a while since you revisited your spending plan, but you've already worked out in your head where you'll need to cut back when the time comes.
Tell you what. After dinner, let's talk about it just for like 30 minutes. Yeah.
When you sit down and take a clear-eyed look at the finances and what Laura's leave will mean for your income, you realize you underestimated the hit you'll take during those 3 months, and the extra expenses that come with a new baby. You realize you need to put more of Laura's paycheck in savings now, so you'll be in better shape when the baby arrives. Plus, taking more of her income out of the picture now will be good practice for when it happens for real.
And you know what else?
You love rubbing my feet and want to quit your job and devote yourself to that full time?
No. There's an expecting parents class at the Readiness Center next week. I think we should go. Plus, since it's our first child, I think I have to take mandatory personal finance training. You should join me for that too, if you can.
No, that's just silly. Why would you want to go to those? Okay.